it's one of those things, like, I feel like you'd be making more money if you just did the art team way, you know? But
yeah,
who knows?
the thing is, for businesses, they're promoting to businesses, and they're
It's
promoting
true.
the future.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Two Buds, One Podcast, episode 21. I am your host, the Techno Jelly, with my co-host, Alchem Games. Alchem, how are you today?
I am fine. I'm perfectly fine right now. Sorry, there was so.
This is a shock.
I'll be honest. No, it's more like I shockingly realized as I said, "Go ahead and start," that I forgot to turn off a filter that delays my movement.
Oh.
I do that normally when I'm using the capture card, and I normally turn it off during the podcast.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I'm like, oh my god, I'm probably incredibly delayed to everything you were doing for a second. So
no,
I
that's
fixed
fine.
it
That's
really
fine.
quickly. Okay.
So,
but yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So today, oh god, sorry, I have the hiccups. Today I have 4 stories potentially. We don't have to go through all of them. You know, these stories. We can push them back if we end up talking a lot about one of them. But as I've done before, where I give you numbers, this time I'm going to give you the companies that they're about, and you get to choose which one. So I have 4 stories, like I said before. 2 of them are about Nintendo. 1 of them is about Riot, the guys who make League of Legends and stuff. And the other one is about Sony. Well, it's Sony adjacent. It's not directly about Sony, but it involves Sony. So which ones would you like to start with this week?
Let's go. You know what? I'm gonna be boring and let's go in order. Let's go Nintendo.
Nintendo? Okay, so we got 2 ones specifically with Nintendo. And they're both good stories about... Okay, well, I guess it depends on your definition of good, but I would say they're good stories of Nintendo. So the headline of... So both of these... Actually, no. Yes, this one is on PC Gamer. And this story, I thought, was honestly, in my opinion, a breath of fresh air when it comes to big companies talking about this stuff, because it's Nintendo talking about AI, generative AI, right? And them saying they don't see a use in it in the video game industry. Nintendo is saying this.
Oh, good.
They're basically saying that, like, they see the potential of the technology, but they don't think it works in video game, like,
not if
the way gaming companies are using it. First reported by Tweaktown, Nintendo president, oh gosh, I have to pronounce the Japanese names now. Shuntura for you. Oh god, I should not have done this story. For you, Kawa. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Said that the company was not planning on using generative AI technology for its games in a recent investors call. So this is like literally them talking to the investors saying this. So like this is super like, yeah, we're not doing this.
Yeah, because it's a weird.
Yeah,
it's the Wild West right now.
Which was
sink or swim for a lot of companies.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's also coming from Nintendo, who haven't like everyone's been firing everyone or letting people go or whatever buzz like corporate speech they want to use, and Nintendo, yeah, and Nintendo's been hiring people. Yeah, which is in stark contrast of most tech and gaming companies, which are enthusiastically pursuing generative AI. Or leaving the door open so too. In response to more questions about it, he responded, in the games industry, AI-like technology has been long used to control enemy character movement, so I believe that the game development and AI technology has always been closely related. Generative AI, which has been a hot topic recently, can be more creative in its use, but I also recognize that it has issues with intellectual property rights. Our company had the know-how to create optimal gaming experiences for our customers for decades. While we are flexible in responding to technology developments, we would like to continue to deliver value that is unique to us and cannot be created simply by technology alone. So and this is coming from the CEO of Nintendo right now. To be fair, this is also translated, so obviously some things can be a little wonky with translations, but like I think this is one of the best statements from a CEO of a big video game corporation, because he didn't outright say like they're never going to use it, right? Like he never said, because the main thing is like intellectual property rights and that stuff, but he also said, but we've done this, and like the AI technology is not useful, just not the way other people are using it, which I agree. I think generative AI could actually be very good in a lot of ways in video games, just not for art, like not for the things that don't need AI in it, like
not for creative measures, but if you're doing it for like say you're creating like a movie, artwork, or in this case video game, no, because most at least the current AI learns from stuff. They need stuff in order to learn. You need to feed it. You need to feed it images. You need to feed it data. You need to feed it something that already exists in order to make something unique, or unique as it could make it.
Yeah.
Problem is that is a copyright nightmare, because some of the stuff they have to get is not shareable. It is not something that people who put it out there intend to be used and regurgitated by some robot or machine or AI or anything like that. And then later, when it's discovered, it becomes legal nightmares for the company who's running the AI, which has happened over and over and over and over and over again. And Nintendo, at least they're saying it. They're saying, yeah, this can be a legal nightmare for stuff, especially in their.
Well, it's also one of those things where it's like, it's also like, okay, not even thinking about the whole legal nightmare that it could be, it's also just not very good, in my opinion. Like, AI art isn't very good for the most part. Like,
you can't replace creativity.
I mean, another thing is, like, it's also gotten worse. Because, like, the AI art, they're starting to, like, cannibalize each other, because now they're learning off of other AI art stuff. And it's like, it's actually getting worse. Seeing how terrible.
I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it either.
All I know is that it's a theory is that eventually AI starts learning from AI, and it just becomes a spiraling downward circle of self-cannibalization, where it just learns from itself.
Yeah, and the problem is that like AI art doesn't know how to do hands. They have no idea. Like it's not just the hands. They have no idea how anything looks. Like,
so for now,
but it doesn't look. I feel like replacing artists is not. I mean, like, AI is used in art in other ways.
Oh, that's it. The dead internet theory.
The dead internet theory. Yeah, the dead internet theory is. I mean, that's true definitely on Facebook. I don't know if you've ever seen Facebook, but Facebook is literally a ghost town. It's AI. It's AI art. It's AI art created posts with AI commenting and replying to each other. It's such a such a weird thing to see.
If you're looking for actual like interaction with anyone, you're not gonna get there.
Yeah, you don't go to Facebook. I mean, even like Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, as I like to call it now, is not as bad, but like
there's a lot of people bitching about it.
It's just so weird. It's also one of those things where like I just don't understand what these bots get out of it. Like, who created all these bots? What do they get out of it?
Interaction. Basically, the long.
For Twitter, I kind of understand, because the engagement literally is money for some people in Twitter.
Well, for the current Twitter, I'm not calling it that stupid thing it's called.
Yeah.
You still get some revenue from engagement, and
that's the majority of your revenue. I thought.
Yeah, and if you can just like farm out just constant spews of images, stupid takes, dumb stuff, like anything dumb, or like, that's amazing, that's great, fantastic, whatever, as someone like a picture of some horrible graphic or nonsense thing, just writes, great job.
Yeah.
If they get any interaction, if they get anything from it, there they go, they win.
Sorry,
and so one person with an AI that can constantly just throw out stuff on the daily, thousands and thousands of stuff, eventually they'll get enough interaction that they can make some revenue, something. Hell, you can just make a meme account where it just posts funny images, and you will get growth because people like funny images.
Yeah.
Really, memes are funny. And the reason it's happening still is because it works, per se.
Yeah.
In terms of creativity, it won't work because
No,
eventually
you can't.
creativity feeds on itself,
Yeah.
and a robot can never ever emulate the creativity of a person. Essentially, like right now,
Creativity is
current AI.
a human thing. You right like
Mhm.
okay. I mean, if we talk about like, 2000 years from now, maybe when AI or androids exist or something like that, maybe they could
Yeah,
replicate human emotions and
yeah.
like stuff like that. But right now, with the current
Thing is,
technology, you can't replace the human creative spark.
well, the problem for that though is not unless we intervene, which a lot of corporations and companies are heavily. Because you said yourself, and it's true from what I've still seen from some AI art generators, they can't do the detail of hands and stuff and certain things that blend into each
Yeah,
other.
certain things blend in.
But
Also, any text. If there's any text on the
Mhm.
art image, it is just a jumbled mess of lines.
how, however, that is just a few updates, a few tweaks in the formula, a few little changes to the algorithms that they
Maybe.
use for the AI, and eventually they'll get it right. Eventually it'll start learning. That's the scarier part of
I
all
would,
that.
I would, I would. I understand where you're coming
Especially
from,
since they're
Alchem.
spending millions on it.
I understand where you're coming from, Alchem, but honestly, I don't know. I am not confident that these people are competent enough to achieve that. You know what I mean? Because the
That's
problem,
where that's my silver lining too. I believe
like,
that
I
too. Your own
honestly
need
think that
still fix it.
it's like it costs. I think it will cost too much money
Mm-hmm.
to fix the problems with AI art stuff and all these
And rather
programs
than short,
than
they'd
just
rather find
like
shortcuts.
well, it's like they're spending so much money and all they could have done is just hire an artist.
True.
Like it's one of those things where I feel like hiring an artist is actually just cheaper. You know what I mean? Like it's cheaper and probably creates better things. Oh, not probably. It will the and hiring a decent artist will 100% create better art. And the only thing you get from AI, the only benefit is that it can do it faster and just like spew out tons and tons of images, which is not really a good thing, but like I mean, I guess it depends on what you're going for, but I seeing a ton of crappy images never made me want to buy anything, you know?
Don't you love the giant slew of like semi anime looking art that you could immediately tell was AI, and it just
Oh
keeps
yeah,
getting
it's got
added,
this.
just
Well,
plastered everywhere.
it's not even just like the anime style. It's got this. No
No,
matter all these AI images, they have
yeah,
this weird, like I don't even know what to call it, but like
I
it's this weird color filter
like
almost.
like
It's this like
I don't
it's
know.
not noir or anything. It's not like
I'd
it's not
say
noir, but it's like
oil painting, but like
yeah. I was gonna
bad.
say it's like a bad oil painting
Yeah,
film.
I mean, I don't know how to
It's
describe
like
it
you
well
went into
enough.
Photoshop or
Mhm.
something that isn't named after Adobe because I hate them.
Yeah,
If
especially with the
it's like
bullshit
if
they do.
you yeah, it's like if you go into one of those programs, like I can't not call it Photoshop, so I'm just gonna call it Photoshop, even though I hate Photoshop.
Just yeah, just call it what it is
Legally
for your
distinct.
example.
When you load up your legally distinct Photoshop, and you just click on a filter, like a bucket filter, and it's called
Mhm,
the filter is called bad oil painting. Like like
mhm.
it's also it's not even like it's also just so distinct that you can all like I hope no artist in the world, no matter how young, old, no artist, please don't try to make
I
this
don't
work.
think
Don't try
I
to
don't
use this type of filter because
I hope that doesn't
I mean
happen.
honestly, what will probably happen is they make it's so much better that we can tell when it's AI and not AI because the AI will never be able to do it properly. But like, I just don't think it's even good. Like, I don't understand why the AI thinks it's good, which is one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I just don't think you'll ever correct it because the amount of money you have to put into trying to
Mhm.
find these quirks of all this, it's just never going to. I feel
No, that's
like
right.
so many millions of dollars are being poured in where all that money, some of that money could have been saved. You could have just hired an art team,
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
like I really feel like they didn't do it right. I mean, look, I'm not a proponent for it. I'm not trying to like push the cause for it. There is so much that it could do potentially, but they shoved it into the whole. Let's put in the creative market. Let's get rid
Yeah.
of the
I mean,
creativity side of me of everything
I feel like you
because
and
there's
I.
so much.
Sorry, go
Huh?
ahead.
No, I just
I
one
keep
thing
getting too
I will say
excited.
is they railroaded the AI track to the dead internet theory.
Yeah.
Like, it's already been happening. At this point, you might as well just kind of like start from scratch if they really, really wanted to, but that's going to cost them billions. So I'm just like, you fucked it up. Maybe just don't try to get rid of people and their jobs and creativity in general.
Well, it's not even just that. It's not even they just messed it up. They also just like they messed it up so hard that anyone can tell that it's not real. From okay, not okay. That's giving humans a little too much credit. There are some people that are very, unfortunately, I like to say they have a certain amount of naiveness and gullibleness that I wish, in innocence, honestly, on the internet that I wish I still had. You know what I mean? Like, my gosh, I just wish I wasn't so cynical when it comes to this type of internet stuff.
And there was that time one guy won an art contest with AI art. So yeah, there are still people who didn't recognize. That was like one of the first early.
Well, but that was also really early on. Also, that thing was also like pay to win. Like,
yeah, it was pay to
like
win.
that like those types of competitions, like those are just pay to win. If you just if you just make a donation, you are higher. Like, it was a higher chance. Like, there's those stuff like that stuff like that doesn't matter. You know, it matters. Honestly, it matters for like more clout than anything else.
I just honestly feel like they could have gone so many other routes. This could have been used to further education, further math studies, further sciences, further medical studies, further anything like that.
Yeah.
No. Let's invest in art. Let's invest in the creative aspect of humanity. Let's replace any creative fields. That's the dumbest thing you could have done.
Yeah, one of the
so many other things, but
yeah, one of the funniest things. I unfortunately can't find it right now, but one of the funniest. I think it was a tweet. It was either a tweet or an Instagram, or it was an Instagram post of a tweet that I saw. Which is what Instagram is, by the way. It was a person typing. It's like, why do we have AI? Like, why does the AI tools why is this the priority? And they said, I don't want an AI to do art and creative tasks for me so I can do my dishes. I want AI to do my dishes so I can do art. Like, it's like, feels like it's the opposite. Like, the AI should be pushing to do mundane tasks so people can be more creative. But right now, the AI is trying to be more creative so people can do more mundane tasks. Like, what?
What happened to the destined future we were supposed to have?
What happened to the future? Yeah, what happened to the future where robots rise because we we make them do all the mundane tasks we don't want to do?
Where's the Mr. Handyman that should have been around?
I know, right? Where's the gigantic robot with a huge rotational saw meant to cut cakes?
Yeah, what the hell? We're supposed to have the Fallout future kind of stuff where we had the robots serving us and stuff. Not being crazy and killing us, but serving us.
Yeah, I don't know. I also just, it's just like, I just feel like I am not one of those doom and gloomers saying that AI is useless, because obviously AI is useful. All these AI tools are cool and interesting. The problem is I just feel like they're being used in the completely wrong industry. Or using, like, I mean, AI tools exist in art. You know, that's what smart select tools are on, like, legally distinct Photoshop programs. Like, those exist, and they're very useful. So I just don't know why we can't have more versions or better versions of those things, but I don't know, man. So sometimes I don't understand investors, because I feel like there's so many millions of dollars, potentially billions of dollars being used on this stuff that could have just been used to hire an art team and just, like, have better stuff. And honestly, it's not just that. It's not just that, though, Alchem. It's like, it's one of those things, like, I feel like you'd be making more money if you just did the art team way, you know? But
yeah,
who knows?
The thing is, for businesses, they're promoting to businesses, and they're promoting the future first before they're promoting the current era and the transition from using manual labor for creativity instead of getting replaced with just a simple AI tool. They're basically saying, in the future, you'll be able to do all this creative stuff with less of the manpower and less of the work and less of the costs. But then they forget to tell them, the middle ground area will be struggling because we're going to have shitty AI that doesn't make really good stuff. the people will not like it. There's going to be a weird transitioning period where people will hate this and not do much, and you probably won't make that much profit, but eventually your successors will. We promise.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
no one told them the details.
And not to be too oh god, I can't speak
Speculative.
English. Yes, that's the word I'm trying to say. It feels like this AI stuff is just all the crypto and NFT bros jumping ship to a new thing. I don't know if it feels like that to you. It definitely feels like that to me.
Also feels like we're just the guinea pigs for this thing, but hey,
I mean, people are always the guinea pigs for all the things, but like it just feels like they're jumping ship, and the problem is that they still haven't. They're just not creative and not good at anything.
A bunch of it's probably a mix of.
It's a mixture.
This is a creative idea if used properly, but then you have people who are get-rich-quickers or schemers and stuff who found a way to use that to like get rich quick, honestly. And that's where you're seeing this, where people are trying to sell it as, here, you can do this, you can create this, and you don't need that much manpower. Save yourself some money. And,
it's always the labor cost that people think about.
Yep.
But yeah, so that is, I mean, we could go on for a very long time about this, but that was the general thing, is like Nintendo is basically saying, no, we're not interested.
Yeah, I mean, what's up?
What?
Never mind.
I'm so confused.
We're not biased. I'm not biased. I'm kidding. I've already said.
I mean, we are biased. We have our own biases, but we understand our bias.
Yeah, I'm biased. I just feel like the technology is there. It's just it's being implemented in the most horrible, stupidest way ever.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's interesting to see that Nintendo is the one that says no. To be fair, it is their main concern is intellectual property rights, and if anything I know about Nintendo is they care about their intellectual property. They care about it a lot. Also, I just thought like while we were talking about this, and like I was talking about like the NFTs jumping ships, Alchem. Nintendo already figured out NFTs and crypto. Because you know what the Nintendo version of NFTs are? I feel like I've told you this before. It's amiibos. No, amiibos. I feel like I've said, I'm like it's amiibos, right? Like that's
the second you said that, I was like, Nintendo figured out I'm holding it in my hand, like
yeah, it's amiibos.
My browser.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I feel like I'm getting slight deja vu. I feel like I've said it before.
I love my Bowser. I mean,
I know you love Bowser.
On the floor, I'm sorry.
Okay, so the next story about Nintendo is this is a Nintendo win, but it's a Nintendo win in a very funny way. Because July the 5th, Nintendo Life posted an article, right? And it was the Nintendo 2023 annual reports for basically everything. I think it's like a 90-page document. Yeah, it's 95 pages in total, right? One of these pages shows the salaries for all the Nintendo CEO, like the Nintendo CEO and all of them, right? All the directors. So, it was revealed that the Nintendo CEO, the highest paid employee of Nintendo, makes $2.5 million annually.
My God,
which is
a normal person, but for
which is like, wow, he makes, it was like, oh my God, he makes $2 million, like $2.5 million. That's crazy. And he's like, oh, what's his job? He's the Nintendo CEO, and everyone said, that's it. And Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, makes $2 million.
Yeah.
It's like, it's insane. It's almost like they pay their employees regularly.
Yeah, he's running it like a company. He's not running it like a cash cow.
Yeah.
So,
which is just, it's just like,
whenever they fail.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's so interesting to see this. Now, to be fair, this is direct. This is also all in yen. So to be fair, he's making a lot in yen.
Yeah.
But like in the USD equivalent, he's only making about 2.5 million. And he is also, this also I think is not including the stock stuff. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's including that. I think. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I said, I'm not reading this night. I'm not reading it directly. I'm only reading the snippets of Nintendo Life that they showed. So I think I don't know if the 2.5 is everything in total or if it's just the actual pay stuff. It is honestly, it's just so interesting to see that, you know, it's these guys, of course, $2.5 million annually is still a crazy amount of money. And if I made half of that, if I made like a tenth of that, I'd be happy, you know, like, but for the CEO, it's crazy. And so what I did, Alchem, when I saw this article, I was like, wow, that is so interesting. What I did was I Googled video game CEO salaries, right? And so I found the highest paid, just in contrast. First of all, the number one CEO is a person I've literally never heard of, named Robert Anticole, who runs the company Playtika. And I was like, who the heck is this guy? And then when I Googled him, I'm like, oh, that's why, because he's a Saudi Arabian, sorry, no, not Saudi Arabian. Wait. I'm thinking of someone else. I'm looking back at the article. Sorry. It's Robert Anticolo. Playtika is an Israel mobile publisher who makes $372 million a year. Right? And right under him is Bobby Kotick, who makes $154 million. It's just like, wow. Just the contrast. Which was very interesting in my opinion.
I mean, from what I've known of Nintendo, because one, it's a Japan-based company, and Japan is very work ethic, especially the mentality of they have the mentality of we work together for the company.
From my knowledge, speaking of Japanese culture and stuff like that, speaking of that, the highest paid, at least from what I can tell from all the stuff I looked at, the highest paid Japanese specific CEO is Yosuke, oh god, why do I keep doing this to myself? Yosuke Matsuda, which is the CEO of Square Enix, who makes $4.1 million, which also still not a lot considering he's the CEO of Square Enix, you know, that small company. And oh god, why am I doing this to myself again?
So small.
Hajime Sotomi, which is the CEO of Sega, makes $2.9 million, which is interesting that the Sega CEO actually technically makes more than the Nintendo one, which is not. Then again, Sega is also like really big in Japan as well.
Yeah, they're incredibly big in Japan, and this year they're doing a lot of crazy stuff. I know because they're doing the whole Shadow thing with new game coming out.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like literally the highest paid Japanese CEO isn't even on the list.
No, it's again the mentality there is we work together for the betterment of the company, which in turn betters all of us, and including them. And it makes sense that a CEO would earn that kind of a revenue, considering that the company hangs on the balance of their decisions. Now, a lot of CEOs that I see, mostly in the States over here, and a lot of us, their salary is huge. And then when you see the inner workings, or you hear from the company or what they decide to do, you're just like, huh? What? Why are they getting paid that much?
Yeah.
But
well, the reason they're getting paid that much is because the stockholders are also getting paid that much, and then they fire 80% of their, or like 10% of their workforce to make up the difference.
Yeah, that's usually to show high numbers to the stockholders, and then be like, "Look, we're doing good." And then later you find out, "Oh no, they're not doing so good."
No, they are doing good. They are doing good, but the reason they're doing good is because they fired a lot of people, so that counts as profit now. Because they're not paying people.
In the long run, that eventually depending on the
Well, it depends on the company, because some of the companies that are doing that, it's crazy to think that they're needing to lower their workforce when they're making literally, not even accounting for the fact that they're firing people, so they're technically saving money. They're still making literally record amounts of money.
Yeah, that's what I was, depending on what it is. Some companies can work with laying off the workforce to balance out the books.
Yeah.
Some of them do that, and then eventually see like, oh, we're not doing so hot because we have less manpower.
Yeah, because you can't make video games anymore.
Kind of does that roller coaster ride of going up and down.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was just a quickie, just because I found it kind of
good guy
interesting.
Good guy Nintendo, considering that.
I mean, it is definitely a good guy Nintendo couple stories. Nintendo's no company is perfect, but Nintendo.
No company is perfect.
Let me put it this way. I think I've said this before as well, and I think you agreed with me. Nintendo is, every time you talk about Nintendo, the video game side and the video game and the video game decision making side of Nintendo has probably been it's the best out of any company, I would say.
Yeah, they're a good guy game corporation.
It's just all the legal stuff. Every time, like Nintendo, that's why Nintendo lawyers is literally a verb.
Like the Nintendo ninjas, Nintendo lawyers, they're the scariest motherfuckers.
They're the scariest. Ever. Nintendo legal is the scariest. The video game side of everything.
They defend their products. They defend their company.
And it's not, and you can't really fault them, to be fair, because they, in every scenario, it is true. It's always true.
Don't fuck with Mario.
Don't. Never.
Don't. He beats up Bowser. He has a good legal team. Don't.
He literally has the best legal team. Don't mess with him.
Someone in the company who's running in the U.S. is named Bowser. Don't fuck with him.
It's true. It's true. Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah. So now we got a Sony or a Riot. Pick one, Alchem.
Which one's a sad one?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, fine. You know what? I'll just assume that Sony's a sad one.
So you're gonna pick Sony?
Yeah, go with Sony.
It's not the sad one.
No, go Riot, go.
Nope, we're talking about Sony. Okay. So the reason we're talking about Sony is not because of directly Sony, but we're talking about the PS5. And the reason we're talking about the PS5 is because this is the funny one, Alchem. You chose the funny one. A PS5 dev kit was sold on eBay.
Oh.
Disguised as a pizza kit so they wouldn't get taken down.
You mean wait, what do you
mean? Like an actual pizza kit. I will send you this image.
What? Like a box of a pizza with presumably dough and the ingredients?
I will send you what it looks like. This was the image on eBay. This was the image on eBay. This was the image on eBay. It literally has pizza boxes in the background. Like it.
Kid. Oh my god!
They were really selling it. It sold for 6,050 euros.
Oh my!
So about $6,500 in US. It was calling it the PlayStation Pizza Kit. It was actually a PS5 dev kit.
So someone has either a really good collectible, or someone has the tools in which they can make knockoff or something with PlayStation.
Yeah. So the advertiser sold it with a pizza slice in its V-shaped groove, and you can even tell that there's stuff protecting the actual system in the picture. So like no pizza's actually getting on this thing, and also like it even has like the PlayStation like. What are those things like? It's not exactly a spatula, but it kind of looks like a spatula
with the PS logo
with the PlayStation logo on it, which is hilarious. And like for some reason it has a controller as well because it's the dev kit.
Yeah, I'm just like, how did they get away with that? Holy shit!
Yeah. Well, it's because it's called the PlayStation 5 Pizza Kit.
No, but I mean, like, how they get it to begin with? That's ridiculous.
So, one of the funny things is whoever sold this is depending on who the seller is, it is going to be so many red flags for that person.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, let's say this is a developer, right? And they just sold their PS5 dev kit for €6,500, which honestly, I don't see why any dev would ever do. I don't think it's a dev. Like, this is definitely someone got their hands on a PS5 dev kit and tried to sell it. And by the way, they were successful. It successfully sold and shipped, apparently. Yeah. It was also $6,500, not including shipping. So who knows how much it actually was. But
I mean, not including shipping, it's probably just a couple.
It's probably it depends where they. Yeah. But yeah. So like another thing that some people might not know is dev kits are very specific, and they have identification numbers on them. So if Sony isn't getting stuff from, like, if they are not getting, oh god, how am I'm trying to say this, but I'm failing horribly.
You got this.
They could easily just ask all the other devs, say, hey, what's your number? And they can just slowly tick them off. Like, they can just slowly check who doesn't have the dev kit anymore, because they know who they sent them to, you know, like Sony knows who they sent them to. So it's just like, it's obvious that I feel like it's almost guaranteed that that it is not a dev. Obviously it's not a dev who sold this. No dev would ever try to do this unless it's old. To be fair, dev kits for older consoles get sold all the time. That's a thing. Once they're out of rotation, but a new one, that's a flag. That's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yep. So either someone is going to be blacklisted in the gaming market, in the gaming field, or someone has broken in.
Yeah, someone stole it. And the problem is it's really hard to. It could be an inside thing too, but like, I don't know. I let me put it this way. Whoever did this was not worth €6,000.
In the right hands, it could be worth a hell of a lot more.
You could have made so much more money. In the wrong hands. Well, not only that, but like, this is not worth this. If Sony decides to, the thing is, like, what they're banking on probably is Sony doesn't care.
Yeah, they're banking on that, but the problem is
if they do care, though, you're screwed.
That they had. They're probably also aware of that Sony has a way to track it or find it, and since it's
I don't know,
or at least it eventually would be once people start realizing. Unless you know the right people who can take it off your hands or actually make use of it or actually know its potential value, then you can get some pretty good money off of it. So
yeah,
maybe they just like made the best that they could with that, but still, $6,000 is not so bad.
It's not but for the amount of risk that this is, I don't think that's enough money.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that thing honestly,
like, if Sony cares enough and figures out who sold this, it's gonna be way more than $6,000 or euros.
Yeah,
of trouble.
But
like, no way. But yeah, I thought that was very funny. Just looking at that picture is so funny, because honestly, I wouldn't know that this isn't I didn't know what the dev kit looked like, to be fair. So like, I don't know why it has this weird like divot in the center. Like, why is the dev kit like that? Does the PS5 doesn't look like that? So I get dev kits are generally early versions of them, so I guess it's interesting, but like, I don't know why. Yeah, it's the prototype, so I don't know why this is like this. But yeah, it's interesting.
In the right or wrong hands, that could be really cool to see.
Potentially in the weeks coming or the months coming, we might come back to this because we find out that this guy got sued incredibly so. We'll see. We'll see if it ever pops up again. I'll be keeping my eye out. I'll be keeping my eye out. So, you know. All right, Alchem.
Now to funny. Now to not so funny.
Now not so funny. And the reason I think this is slightly sad It's mostly sad for you, slightly sad for me. And I'm not sure if you knew about this or not. But we'll see with your reaction to this. So Riot was working on a Smash Brothers style fighting game.
Oh, yeah.
And it was canceled, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard
so you did know about this. You did know about this.
Yeah. I already know about the fighting game that they're currently working on, but they were doing a Smash style fighting, and I'm like, considering I was never so into League, and now I started to get a little into League. I started to play a bit more behind the scenes, but
I'm so
when
sorry.
I heard that they had a Smash
I'm so
fighter,
sorry for your loss.
I mean, I'm mostly going into it for the new fighting game that they're doing. It looks really good. I've seen the work already.
Alchem, I promise you don't need to play League in order to enjoy the fighting game. Don't do it. Run away.
I know.
Don't do it, Alchem. Uninstall League right now.
Yeah, no, that's all. I'm not playing League. I'm waiting for the fighting game.
Honestly, if the fighting game is free to play, which I assume it's going to be, I'll definitely try it.
I gotta try it. It looks pretty good. I'm just waiting.
Though I'm terrible at fighting games. I'm so bad at them. I mean, I'm terrible at fighting games. I have never been good at them.
I just have to see. I mean, the potential of a Smash fighter is interesting, but I feel like it's a good idea that they decided to go with just a normal like side 2D or side to side fighter, because I really don't think that in terms of fighting games.
Well, it wasn't canceled recently. I mean, sorry, it was canceled recently.
Oh, they decided to cancel. I heard it got canceled, but I thought it was like well into the.
No. It was decided to be pulled the plug on the project in late May.
Oh shoot!
There were roughly 70 to 80 people working on it when Riot decided not to move on with the project in late May. The game was codenamed Pool Party, which, if you don't know, is Pool Party is a set of skins as well in League, which is very funny. The original vision envisioned as a hardcore fighting game, according to the report, but evolved into something more casual over the course of its development, complete with the party game elements. And they obviously said, we always have a number of projects in various phases in R&D in Riot, and spinning up projects up and down happens multiple times a year, which is them just trying to say, guys, this happens all the time. You just don't know about them most of the time, which makes sense, especially considering Riot, because we've known that Riot has been working on so many games since the League hit it big, and most obvious people joked about Riot Games needing to rename themselves as Riot Game because they only had League for so long, but they were working on so many other games that just kept getting delayed because League was so important to them.
So I think this might have been a smart move on their end, because
it was in my opinion, it was a very, sorry, I just cut you out. I just totally overpowered you there, but totally fine. Go smack up. But I was gonna say that, like, I completely agree with you. It's similar to things like whenever people talk about World of Warcraft or Call of Duty, you can't out Smash Brothers. No,
not at all. Yeah, you try to maybe emulate them, maybe kind of match them. You're not gonna beat them because they built the thing, they mastered the thing. And at this point, anyone who makes a Smash, I mean, it's literally called like a Smash fighter or a Smash style fighter.
It's literally a verb now.
Yeah.
Like so when a game becomes a verb, you can't beat it.
Yeah, when it creates its own genre, you can't beat it. You can only replicate or at least try to match it. I mean, granted, yes, it's a good idea to, like, if there's one thing that exists and it's the sole thing, why not try to do what they do and be around there and be part of the genre? But unfortunately, Smash has mastered in a way that it can't be replicated. It can't be copied, or it can't be done just right like they do.
Yeah.
And it's a smart idea that they pulled out, and they're going to do just like the other games that they're playing.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like the 2D. Okay, wait. Okay. I'm going to say a bunch of things, Alchem, and you're going to have to, you might have to push up glasses, say actually to me, because I don't know fighting game terminology at all.
Actually,
So from
yeah.
what I know, I don't know how much you know of this fighting of the new. I can't remember what the name is. Like it's the Riot fighting game has a stupid name. It's like XD something.
2K
2K something. It's a bunch of letters and numbers.
Yeah,
It's really dumb.
Yeah.
I really want them to rename it. But it is a team-based 2D fighter, from what I can tell, similar to a game like Marvel vs. Capcom, but slower.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like, to me, that sounds like, first of all, I don't even know if there is a game like Marvel vs. Capcom that isn't Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, is there other team-based 2D fighters? I don't actually know. Like, this is me asking you. I actually don't know.
There's quite a few. It became its own fighting style that a lot of them do, where it's like tag team kind of things, or teams of 3. There's Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Tekken Tag has done it, Street Fighter has done it.
I meant modern fighting. I meant the modern fighting games, though.
Yeah, there's still plenty of modern fighting games that still do the whole.
Like I said, I don't know.
Character.
Yeah. Really, I didn't know Street Fighter did it. Honestly.
Yeah, Street Fighter did it. They did. Tekken has done it before. The tag fighting thing is not a like unique genre, or at least a unique kind of style for fighters. And heck, some single character fighters actually implement it into their game too, where you can just do that. And it's like it's not a staple that you must have, but some do that, especially when you have that big of a roster.
Yeah. But
no damn. I mean, the king of the tag fighters is coming back. I mean, they're remaking or they're redoing
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
2.
Oh, 2. Sorry, 2. Yeah.
I almost got enraged.
2XKO, by the way. 2XKO.
Yeah, that's it. 2XKO.
It is such a dumb. I hate the name so much.
Okay, KO. All right. I mean 2XKO. Yeah.
Yeah. So slightly going back to the Smash-like thing. So apparently, this isn't the sole reason, but one of the reasons that they decided to pull the plug was multiverse. Of just how poorly that game did, like overall.
Multiverses.
Because, like, first of all, I forgot multiverses I think I still have it downloaded, and I forgot that even existed.
Multiverses shined for like a brief second, and then
I mean, it hit like over 100, like, and that's literally what they say, like. In this, multiverse rang up more than 110,000 concurrent players on Steam, but the numbers quickly dipped when it relaunched in May. But there's, at least at the time of this guy writing this article on PC Gamer, currently 4,750 players playing on Steam, which I might say isn't actually that bad for.
No, not at all.
It's not that bad, but the problem is that multiverse, I would argue, has bigger franchises and like IP recognition than League. I feel like, and if they can't keep a player count that very high, I doubt a League of Legends one can. I mean, it's hard to say, but like, I do think it's still overall a good decision.
I just feel like I feel like they were kind of riding on nostalgia to carry them.
Yeah,
like, I know Nintendo did that too with a lot of their franchise characters, but the thing is, there seems to be, or at least in my mind, there's a different connection between seeing a character grow via a movie or see the hero's journey that they go through, and being a part of it by being the person who plays the hero's journey.
Yeah.
So I feel like people had more of a connection with Mario than they did with, say, I don't know, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
So, but all I know is that multiverse just never lasted that long. Even I was like, "Oh, cool! This is fun. I'm having fun." Okay, I was done. I'm done. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't even think I made out of the tutorial in multiverses. I'll be real. I can't remember if I don't actually remember if I think I got out of the tutorial, and then I'm like, wait, I don't actually like fighting games, and I just quit the game. I was like, I don't think I enjoy this, because like for me specifically, kind of like what you're saying, Smash Brothers is pretty much the only fighting game I've ever really enjoyed. And any other fighting game, the only reason I've thought about buying it is because of the single player stuff, and I didn't care about the single player story and multiverses. It just did not catch me at all.
No. Plus, the story for multiverses is stupid. It's
Yeah.
like, it goes, oh,
It's
look, the
dumb.
multiverses have shattered. All these characters are here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Nintendo at least gave you a nice cinematic little storyline,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least in Brawl, and then they started to add more stuff later.
I mean, the single player story is literally like it's an insane game in Ultimate.
Yeah, in Ultimate they made this nice storyline that happened. In Brawl, they gave you a amazing I still will always go to Brawl for one of the best storylines ever with some of the most amazing cinematics. And
Honestly, I don't
but
I don't remember the
you
Brawl
felt
story.
immersive. I loved it. It's the one where they're fighting in a tournament and the little Robs show up and drop these little interdimensional bombs that start blowing up the place. And I'm trying to remember. You got to pick who won in the tournament in that little tournament scene, and that became your main character, who then eventually traveled on throughout the land as all I know is that it was
I don't remember
really
this
cool
at
and
all.
immersive with the story.
I
They
don't.
showed really cool cutscenes with everything.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all, unfortunately. Yeah, but so it's interesting to see that, and I'm interested to. I'm honestly, funny enough, with this story outcome, I'm kind of curious. I wonder if those 70 to 80 people went to the other fighting game. Like I'm curious if they went to 2X KO. I'm curious if they actually went to that, or if they went into different things. I mean, to be fair, from my knowledge, the League team or Riot in general is very flexible with where people go.
Yeah,
like people change all the time.
I feel that would make sense considering that all these people are familiar with this vast little group of characters from this game.
Yeah.
So I mean, their knowledge is not going to go to waste, especially if they move on. Either they go on the 2XKO or whatever it's called, or to one of the other side projects that Riot is keeping hush about.
Yeah.
In any case,
well, I mean,
they have a pool of people to work with.
Right now, there isn't that many Riot projects that are known by the public that are being worked on.
Exactly.
There's still
you just have to wait till they announce Riot Monopoly.
That already exists.
Oh fuck! Are you serious? I was joking.
I'm pretty sure that already exists.
Oh, when you clown around and make something up and
League of Monopoly. I'm pretty sure it already exists.
No.
Monopoly League of Legends. Yeah, it 100% exists.
Are you kidding me?
Wait, no, sorry. Okay, not officially.
Oh, okay.
There are custom versions of a League of Legends Monopoly, but not actually made by Hasbro. But there are a lot of custom versions of the Monopoly board based on League of Legends. That's why I thought it was real. Not officially.
Okay.
But oh god, I was gonna say something and I completely forgot. So yeah, just to finish off that one point, it wasn't the sole decision of Multiverse's kind of like. To be fair, Multiverse was a terribly handled game in general, but like, yeah, apparently that helped the decision to stop it, and it was also saying that it was like a they didn't really know how to fix the problem of the genre, of this specific genre, which is keeping players.
Yeah.
Because the problem with a casual fighting game is that you can't. The way most fighting games keep casual players is single player content, generally. Yeah. Or you say, to single player content, and you just go straight for the hardcore fighting game crowd, which just wants 1v1 fights, right? And ranked and ladder and like a really good trading mode to.
If your game feels wonky for a fighter, it honestly all boils down to how does it feel? Is it way too bubbly? Are you too floaty? Does it feel like your inputs matter? Do you learn combos, or is it just mashing? Is there any like good mechanics or anything like further than just run up, smash, hit person, and that's it? No, there's all these little itty bitty details that make a fighting game so much better. And then you have to add the bells and whistles of everything inside, like the fighting lobbies. Are you able to hold lobbies? Are you able to hold tournaments? Are you able to do anything? Because a good example was always Marvel vs. Capcom 3 when it came out, and all you could do was just join a single room with another player, and when you joined in, maybe you had like a slot for 5 other people to join in, and all you could do was just wait there for your turn. You didn't get to see them fight.
Really? You couldn't even spectate?
No, you couldn't spectate. All you saw was 2 little like cards. Their cards to represent their characters or their accounts, and all they did was kind of just like bump into each other to represent that they're fighting. And all you did was wait until it was your turn. And then eventually Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate came out, and that fixed that problem. There was no DLC. They just put out an entirely new version of the same game with maybe like a couple of extra characters, and they fixed that issue because that was something that everyone hated.
I mean, that just sounds like an awful decision every way.
Yeah, I mean, that's Capcom.
Yeah.
Oh, Capcom, you so and so you.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wanted to get Street Fighter 6, but I just don't like fighting games. I was like, I kind of want to try that single player mode, but I don't want to I don't want to buy a game at full price to try a single player mode like that. When I know that I'm not even though I'm interested in it in a sense of like, I'm just interested in a single player mode like that of a create your own characters type style thing. But like, I just don't like fighting games enough to know that I'll be like, it's all right. Like, I'm not going to be like, blown away by it.
But it's all about the journey. But yeah, that's the other thing. That's why single player can be good for a game.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, it almost got me to buy, like I said, it's made me, a person who is not into fighting games, consider buying Street Fighter 6. And I've never once considered buying any other Street Fighter game ever. So, yeah.
If you do it right, especially in the specific genres, you can pull new people into it.
Yeah.
And those people eventually either love the game or hate it. And if they love it, cool. Then you got yourself some new person who will always enjoy your thing. If they didn't like it, it was just never meant to be. But at least they got them to play it once.
Yeah,
that's just usually how it goes.
And apparently, 2XKO is coming out next year in 2025.
Oh, sweet! I get to enjoy that. But
apparently, it was playable in 2023. I don't think that was public though.
No, it's probably like
it was probably a closed invite only thing.
Yeah. But don't worry, Jelly, for all these fighting games or all these other games in the future that will incorporate a single-player mode with story, don't you worry. They'll have some creative, very imaginative stories created by the world's best AI.
Not the Riot one. Not the Riot one. They've been, if I remember correctly, I don't think
Riot also. I think they
don't like AI either, so they wouldn't do it. I'm actually, funny enough, speaking of that, I actually don't know if the Riot fighting game has a single player. I don't even know if they do or not. I don't think they've ever talked about it.
I don't know if they will, but it seems like they'll be fine enough that they can rest on the whole fact that players will enjoy their game for their favorite characters in it. Because one, play as those characters. You don't just like see them doing their thing. You play as them, especially in League. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some players dedicated to play certain characters in that game.
Yeah.
And when they find out how certain characters play, then they'll enjoy them. They'll either hate them or enjoy them a lot more. All depends on the playstyle of the characters.
Yeah. I mean, at least from what I can tell, it's something that like I said, if it's free to play, I'll definitely try it. But the fact that it's 2v2 means that I'm going to be confused. Because this is going to be the first time I've ever played a fighting game with more than one character that you control. I've never played Marvel vs. Capcom or any of those types of games.
Technically, you don't control them at the same time.
Yeah, it's true. You don't control them at the same time. True.
Yeah. Unless they do like those kind of mechanics where one does a super or one does an assist attack, but you don't control them at the same time. You just basically press a button.
It's
pop in, do one attack, and then they pop out.
Yeah, it's a new version of a combo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And apparently, the latest batch of reveals is an alpha announcement for... Oh. An alpha announcement this August. Online and local play available.
I might be able to apply then. Like, they'll probably do, like...
You can sign up. Yeah, you can sign up. I'll send you the thing.
Please, I would love to
So
sign
apparently it's in this August. And they recently they had a gameplay reveal for Braum, which is a character. I like Braum. He's the guy with the
I saw Braum. I saw his play.
People are also very thirsty for Braum. Very thirsty for Braum. And also because do you know Alawi, the tentacle girl? She's one of the characters in 2XKO, and in one of their Riot Forge games, which is their games publisher thing, there was a hint that Braum and Alawi have a relationship, and so much art, Alchem. So much art has come out since then. And she's a tentacle lady, so you can tell, you know the type of art that's been coming out.
Shipping.
Yeah, there's lots of shipping.
I know this hentai. Oh wait, hold on, no, wrong thing. Not hentai.
And apparently it's going to be playable at EVO 2024.
Wait, what?
Like players attending EVO 2024 will be able to try out the game, try out this new character personally. Like, it's not going to be in competition. It's just going to be there to play.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought when you said it's going to be an EVO,
it's going to be
in like a tournament.
No, it's going to be at EVO for the people attending EVO. They can try out the game.
I thought it to be like, excuse
me. Yeah.
Okay. It's just available. It's just going to be playable. Okay. Free to play announced is 2XKO, so it's free to play announced in August, and then
is it fully? Is it
apparently
is it super announced that it's going to be free to play? Okay, that's good. And right now there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters: Katarina, Darius, Ari, Echo, Jinx, Alawi, Yasuo, and Braum. And Jinx has never had a gameplay trailer apparently, which is interesting. I wonder if they're gonna release a gameplay trailer of Jinx when the new season of Arcane comes out. That makes sense.
You had me looking up Evo to see if it's in the line. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. I told you.
I know, but I got excited for a second.
Funny enough, so while we were talking about Evo, I remember the Evo numbers coming out. I can't believe I don't see Smash Brothers. Is Smash not at EVO anymore?
No, it's done its rotation. It's good.
All the Smash, like now. Even like
Melee.
I know is Melee still there? So no. Melee isn't there.
Melee has not this year.
And not even the new Ultimate. I thought Smash Ultimate was. Nope. I thought still people enjoyed that game competitively.
Most of the heavy competitive people enjoyed Melee. Was the reigning champ when it came to EVO. But it's gone its rounds. Most of the players have. Okay, I'm gonna be quite frank. Yeah, the Smash competitive scene has gotten a black eye in the. Thanks to a lot of really bad actors.
I mean, I know.
Also, like, it's run its course over the years too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the thing I kept hearing about was the problem with. Other than the whole community side of it with Melee, another problem is just the technology was so old that it's getting, there's a lot of problems of just having the TVs available and stuff like that. Like the TVs are just so old that it's like really annoying to keep up
No,
with it.
they had stuff to do. It's just more like people didn't have the controller. The tech was starting to.
Well, that's what I'm
Because
saying. Like the tech is just so old that you can't, like, if something breaks, you can't really replace it because it's so old. You can't just buy a new one.
Yeah, so they discontinued manufacturing of a lot of things.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm surprised Ultimate isn't as big. I thought people really enjoyed it.
They did, but it wasn't like the biggest competitive scene. Most people always just kept going to Melee. Always. But this year they decided, no, we're done with Smash this year. We just have Guilty Gear. We have I know for something under Night. I keep forgetting the name of it. I know Mortal Kombat and
Street Fighter 6 Street Fighter 6 is number 1 tech with 5,000 over 5,000 signups. Tekken 8 has 4,000 as number 2 with 4,000 over 4,000. Number 3 is Guilty Gear Strive with just over 2,000. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising is number 4 with just is 1,300. Street Fighter Third Strike is just over 1,000. Under Night in Birth 2 SYS Cellless is 700. I'm surprised Mortal Kombat 1 only has 600 signups. Huh.
To be honest, I mean, it's still popular. It's still new.
And
I don't know.
yeah,
When it
number
comes to Mortal Kombat, I feel like people just don't really care.
Well, it's also, from what I knowledge, Mortal Kombat 1 has a very big casual scene because they really focus on single player content in that game, from what I remember. So like they're not huge on the like it's sold very well and it still sells very well, but like it's not selling because of the competitive side. It's selling because of the single player content that they're doing with it. And then the number 8 is the King of Fighters.
Oh, King of Fighters
XV. Is that 10? Nope. 11. What's XV?
You said XV. XV is 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
With 375 signups.
Yep.
So I mean, hey, Street Fighter's still dominating fighting game competition, which makes sense. I've seen a lot of Tekken recently. Tekken 8 specifically.
We'll have another Smash Bros, and then it'll be back on the scene again.
You know, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me, but the weird thing is, it's not going to be, the guy is done with Smash, so.
No, he actually has kind of hinted that he's going back.
He is. He's got problems.
People are like, "You talking about Smash?" The second he said he hinted that he's going back to work on stuff, you're like, "Smash?" Probably, I mean, probably not Smash. Maybe
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he said that he himself is done with Smash. He's not saying. Yeah, he's saying that Smash Ultimate was his magnum opus is the word I was looking for in terms of Smash. But he also I think he also understands that the Smash IP, you can't not make any more Smash games. Like I think he's
probably going to take a sideline approach.
He is not going to be the head. He said this is the last one that he is the head or the director for. Like maybe he'll be a consultant on the next one, but he's not going to be the head of the next one.
Nintendo, for the love of everything, add my boy Travis Touchdown to the game. Add him.
No.
He needs it. He's been in your game. He released first on all your games.
I say you constantly hint at it and just never actually release him.
It's like for me, it's just like that one character from the Mario RPG that people kept wanting, that little, I forget the name of the puppet. Because I haven't played Mario
honestly.
RPG.
I've never played Mario RPG.
But that is my or the whole Waluigi thing where everyone's like, you gotta add Waluigi, you gotta. No, I'm just like, you gotta add Travis. He's an IP character. He originally came out on the fucking Wii. Put him in there. But god damn it, do not add some random ass shit again. Don't add a peripheral.
No, add a peripheral. You know what I think they should add? They should add the NES Zap Gun in Smash. It's an item. Just add the full character. Make him a character.
Oh my lord. Do it. They're gonna add the fucking. They're gonna add the character for the hula hoop game. Oh my god, they're gonna add that character.
They already. The hula hoop, didn't they already do that?
No, they didn't. I swear to God, if they put that
hula hoop game. What hula hoop game? Yeah, oh, you mean the workout game?
Yeah, the workout.
Sorry, I was thinking of the Wii Fit Trainer.
No, they already have her in there.
Yeah.
They already put a peripheral character in there.
No, I actually agree. I think she should be in the new game.
Oh my lord. No, stop. You're gonna hurt me.
I'm surprised that Tekken 8 has like dominated so hard. Did you ever play Tekken?
I played Tekken 7, I played Tekken 5. I can always seem to skip a generation. I wanted to get into Tekken 8, but I honestly don't have the funds for it.
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah.
I feel like if I jumped into Tekken now, I would be constantly playing it, and all my streams would, if I, as a streamer, that would probably be all I've been doing.
I mean,
But
that's
I have
something
all these other cool games. Also, I have to yell at someone later because I just saw something while we were doing this. I saw a notification. Apparently, I missed it, but now I want to yell at them. But I gotta go yell at them later.
Okay. Yeah, but
apparently,
apparently,
just too many games.
Yeah, apparently Tekken 8 broke the record for signups for this Evo.
Yeah, because I mean, Tekken 8.
Tekken 8 seems to,
from what I've seen.
yeah, Tekken 8 also seems to be just like popping off. Like,
kind of why I want to play.
Let's see. Like I've seen so many people that I didn't consider fighting game people playing Tekken 8. Like I know personally, like Lily Pichu is super into Tekken right now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of representation in Tekken. There's so many different characters. The uniqueness of all the characters is so cool, and just, everyone who plays Tekken, they eventually find their character. You eventually find that one character, their personality, their design, their story, their game, how they actually control. People eventually find that one character. It seems like everyone has a little Tekken character niche. Everyone falls to one of them, and if they don't, eventually they add someone new anyways. And even I fell for that. Like the original couple of Tekkens, I never found anyone that I used. I used to just play as Law. I used to play as King. I used to play as what else did I used to play? I forgot her name. But I used to play as some of the other characters, and I'm just like, these aren't it. They just ain't me.
Yeah,
then
apparently the game. Yeah, the characters are interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently the game has sold over 2 million copies in its first month.
Chat, if you want me to play this, if you want me to start just Tekken streams and just Tekken nights and everything, someone gift me the game. I know I'm sounding greedy. I know I'm sounding selfish. I understand. I know. Just give me. Anyway, selfish.
Someone's gonna do it.
I wish, but no.
Here, you can gift Alchem the game, and then gift me the game, and Alchem can beat me up in Tekken.
Just fight each other while doing the.
You'll fight each other while doing the podcast.
In the background.
Put it in the background. Oh no.
Oh my god.
I would not. Don't buy me. Buy Alchem Tekken. Don't buy me Tekken. I would not enjoy Tekken.
That would be hilarious.
I do not like fighting games.
No. We'll save our events for our usual like 10 stream anniversary stuff on the podcast.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. That's interesting. It's honestly okay. I don't know anything about Melee. The all that drama stuff you're talking about. I don't know anything. Like I know some stuff about it. I'm not saying we don't we're talking about it, but I'm just prefacing with what I'm about to say with I don't know any of that stuff really. It does kind of make me sad not seeing Melee or any kind of Smash game at Evo.
Yeah.
Because like watching the Smash stuff in Evo was one of the few things I was doing in the fighting game world. Like I would watch the Smash stuff in Evo sometimes. I'm like, damn. Fox is everywhere. Or whatever the other guy is. I can't remember the other guy that's really popular in Melee.
Trying to remember their
it's
names.
The guy with the gun. They're really fast. I'm like, damn, they're insane. And I also
Marth and
I actually really enjoyed the Ultimate stuff too. Just seeing it. I also the legendary like the clip of is it Brawl that had the Bayonetta character where the two people were just like doing an ability just staring at each other for the longest time?
Oh, Brawl.
Was that Brawl?
Brawl. I think it was Smash 4.
Was that Smash 4?
Smash 4 brought in Bayonetta. And that's when everyone just made the joke because she just became instant top tier.
Yeah.
Just instant top tier, and then Ultimate nerfed her enough that she wasn't like this, like the dominant destructive thing. It was because I remember Smash 4. It was It was
Yeah.
Meta Knight and it was Bayonetta that were just dominating the scene for that game. And then they got nerfed. Well, Meta Knight got nerfed to hell, but Bayonetta got nerfed enough that she wasn't just the best character in the game.
Yeah.
But eventually, that's what happened. Like most of the characters got nerfed enough that people just didn't really think so much about Ultimate to have it in tournaments for long.
I'm surprised Ultimate.
Melee, always.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that Ultimate isn't even considered. Because I thought, especially considering how the install base of the Switch and stuff like that, like Smash Ultimate has to be one of the most popular games on Switch, right?
Yeah, just wait. I'm sure Nintendo, in their vast scheming ways, because they always will hook you back with nostalgia. They will just put it on the virtual market. They'll put out Melee in its original format,
Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
Probably waiting. They're probably waiting.
Maybe it's for the Switch 2.
Full price.
Maybe it's the Switch 2 that they're gonna do that.
Probably.
Out of all the games that need a remaster or like a re-release, that is the game, because you like games below the GameCube, like the technology to play those games doesn't exist anymore. Like the TVs don't work anymore when like GameCubes are really annoying to plug into modern TVs and stuff like that. So like it's really hard to play those games now. Just like NES or like SNES, like those games are so weird that it's just why haven't you done this? To be fair to some, they don't have the rights to some of those games anymore, but like yeah.
I think what they do is wait every couple of generations. Like right now we're getting a lot of, like maybe the last gen stuff, we were getting a lot of SNES games.
Yeah.
A lot of
and first gen 3DS.
And Game Boy and Game Boy Advance stuff. Now this gen is Nintendo 64, Nintendo DS.
Well, to be fair, Mario RPG came out still relatively recently, and that's SNES.
Yeah,
but that's also
a remaster.
But that was a remaster. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
It's weird.
And that's also a third-party company too, technically, with Square Enix. So that's a lot of legal stuff you probably have to get through. For my knowledge,
so weird how it all works.
Yeah,
like, there's like a set amount of time before you re-release a game. Then there's a set amount of time again before you remaster a game. And I'm not saying that this is like a rule. It just seems like this is the playbook that they're doing.
Yeah. Honestly, right I think you're giving them too much credit. I don't think there is any rule when it comes to, I think they just remake the games that they want to remake.
Oh no.
Because like if you think if it was planned more, I feel like some of these games would have happened sooner.
I feel like they're doing that with Pokemon constantly.
They're not remaking Pokemon games. If anything, they should
They've been.
Oh no, sorry, you're right. You're right. But Pokemon is separate from Nintendo though. Like it is Nintendo, but like they're a separate entity almost. They're literally a separate entity.
I suppose so, but I just feel like they are remaking a lot of stuff. Like I'm pretty sure they're either going to re-release.
Yeah, they're just going generation by generation now at this point for Pokemon.
Kind of. I bet you though, once the new once a new Mario and Luigi game comes out, they're going to re-release Partners in. Oh no, they did already.
They did, yeah.
Do a little side story. Then they're gonna re-release Dream Team. They're gonna put it right back out there with some new version. It's gonna be Mario Luigi Dream Team plus blankety blank blank, because they did that with Bowser. With Bowser's Inside Story, they did a re-release of that, and they did like I think it was Bowser Jr.'s story or some weird little.
Did they? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's because it was kind of put out there quietly before they kind of just got rid of the company that dealt with it, before they got rid of Alpha Dream. Because they did one with the first Mario, with the first Superstar Saga. It was Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser Jr.'s Adventure or something like that.
Yeah.
Then there was one that came out for the second one, but they never. I don't think they put it out in the U.S. or I gotta double check, because I know that one just I never heard much about it. And then out
That's
of
hard to
nowhere,
say.
and I found out about it. I found out that they redid Bowser's Inside Story, and I was like, wait, huh? What? One of my favorite games had a remake, and then I never knew.
Yeah.
I literally didn't know. I played the game on stream, and it was around that time that that game was out, or at least maybe a year or two when that game came out. And I was like, wait a minute, how come I didn't know that? I could have been playing that version.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I said, I don't think Nintendo has a plan. They just do stuff. It's also okay. Let me rephrase this, because obviously Nintendo has a plan. The problem, or the thing about Nintendo, is the plan is based off of the Japanese audience. They don't give a crap what anyone else thinks, basically. And so if it's their plan is based off of the Japanese audience and the Japanese numbers. Outside of Japan, everything else is just circumstance. If the people outside of Japan like it, it's just circumstance. You know, at least from my knowledge of what the Nintendo, like, from what I know of Nintendo and most Japanese companies, they really only care about the Japanese market, which is why sometimes it feels their decision making feels so strange, because we're not part of that market.
No, you're right. That's why there are games that only.
That's why the Switch exists.
Yeah,
because
that's why we've had versions of games that never came out in the U.S. until like years and years later, when they decided, oh, you know what, this works so well over here. Let's see if the U.S. market will like
Fire Emblem.
Finally trained. Yeah.
Fire Emblem was like 3 years late to the U.S.
I still want 4 through 6 to come. Wait, no. Okay, I still want 1 through. Wait, no. We did have a few. We did have 1. We did have 2. I want 3 and 4 to come out on the US.
I've only ever played the Wii games of Fire Emblem. I do at one point want to play Three Houses sometime, maybe one day. But the problem is they're Nintendo games, so they're always expensive.
I still honestly want them to release 3. Genealogy of the Holy War is still one of my favorite titles of that. That actually had such an awesome story. The 4th one was okay because it's literally just a side story that happened in between 3. But still, let me have this. Nintendo.
Even though I've never...
No.
Yeah, even though I've never played the Fire Emblem games, I still have a love-hate relationship with the series because of their relationship to Advance Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that. Because of Fire Emblem, I'll never get new Advance Wars games, so I've fully never really been okay with them.
One day they'll re-release what's it called? The Grim Dark
Dual Strike? Not Dual Strike.
I forget the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the cartridge is literally somewhere beside me. I don't know where it is though.
You have it still? Nice.
I have the box, yeah, of the cartridge.
I mean, collectors would love that.
The only one I don't actually own is Dual Strike. Funny enough.
Really?
That's yep. Surprising. I didn't know Dual Strike existed until like I got really connected to the internet. Because I bought Advance Wars 2 first. And then I bought... Actually, you know when I think about it? I don't think I actually... Funny enough, I don't think I own Advance Wars 1.
And it's called Days of Ruin. Okay.
Days of Ruin,
that's
yeah.
what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, so I owned Advance Wars 2. And then I could never find Advance Wars 1 because it was before the internet really was... I had access to the internet all the time. So I could never find it in EB Games or Walmart or anything like that, because obviously it wasn't very popular. Like, it was popular, but like I couldn't find it anywhere. And it was before like I really went online to find those games. And
don't worry, we'll get spoon-fed nostalgia. But they'll remake
not for Advance Wars.
They'll remake Advance Wars. They'll remake what else can they remake? They'll remake.
They won't.
More Paper Mario and Mario Parties and Mario Tennis, and they'll remake the shit out of everything because creativity is slowly being killed off by AI.
That's just not true for Nintendo. It's literally not true for Nintendo. I mean, I agree with you in some ways, but it's just not true for Nintendo. I mean, Mario Odyssey is arguably one of the most creative things they've done with Mario in a long time.
I know. In terms
and
of
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, no.
In fact,
Nintendo still has it. Everything else is dying.
I mean, the problem with everything else is that it feels like they're just 5 years too late.
Yeah.
One quick note.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I did want to. Okay, there's a couple of quick things I wanted to say, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to cut you off.
Quickie. No, you're fine. Go for
We're never gonna have anything Advance Wars Alchem, anything, because the Advance Wars remastered, the rebooted thing, did so terribly that like it's never gonna happen. Fire Emblem is overtaken, and honestly, I agree with them. Please don't touch. After what they did with that remake, I don't want them to touch it again. Let me just have these games. Let me have them. Never remake them, please. Or like, or if you're gonna remake them, for the love of God, don't change the graphics and make the sounds worse than a Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I hate. You know what was hilarious?
Did you go back and play it after I told you how terrible the sounds are? Like you don't notice it until you say it. Like everything sounds terrible. You get distracted because the music. The only good thing about Rebooted is the music is just as good.
See, you said that, and then I played it and I heard it, and I'm like, is that just me with rose-tinted earbuds or something? Am I hearing this wrong?
Yeah, the music is.
I go back to old plays of it, or old videos that show original gameplay of the game. You can hear it. It's different.
The music is good in the Rebooted, but everything else, the way that everything else is, all the sounds are awful. Yeah, it is actually the worst sounds in any game I've ever played.
They ain't kidding when they say that sound really does impact some games sometimes.
No, it's literally why I haven't played it. Like I haven't even started Advance Wars 2 and Rebooted, and I haven't finished Advance Wars 1 because I got so triggered every time anyone shot a gun.
Yeah. Like hell, I mean, I think that's why Paper Mario did the smartest thing, where you can actually have a badge that lets you play the old versions of the song instead of a remastered version.
Yeah. I mean, like my problem isn't the music though. Like the music in Rebooted is fine. Yeah. The music in the Rebooted is pretty good, honestly. But like, oh god, any of this, the way the tanks sound, the way the guns sound, like everything sounds.
Fires.
Yeah, the single shot that your squad of tanks shoot. The single cannon shot. It's just, it hurts my soul, man. Like I'm not even like the graphics you can hit or miss, you know? Like I don't mind the new style of graphics. It's just the sounds. It's just the sounds.
It pulled me out so quick, and I just you made me realize that's the problem.
I made you realize just how terrible the sounds are.
Yeah. Then I realized, no, you're right. I don't like this.
It's just awful. It's terrible.
And it just kept nagging at me every time I played. So
every time you hear a unit shoot, I can't stand it. I literally funny enough, Alchem, I don't know if you've ever done this, but in the older games of Advanced Wars, I would never turn off the battle animations, even though it makes the maps last so much longer. But I would never turn them off.
Little me didn't know how to turn it off, and two,
no, I'm not even.
I finally learned, I did not care.
I always wanted to see them fight. The only way I can see myself getting through Rebooted is if I turn off all the animations, so I never have to hear the sounds.
The only time I ever turned it off is when I played against my brother or sister, and they hated me because I was always sniping.
Yeah.
Sniping works. It's a legitimate strategy. Don't get mad at me.
But so that was one quick thing that I honestly never want them to touch Advance Wars ever again, unless it's just a full reboot. The only way is like a full reboot of the series with a different company, for the love of God, or with a different dev team.
Can they just bring out not a remaster? Can you just bring out the original?
Just literally take the games from 1, 2, Dual Strike, and Days of Ruin, and put them on the eShop, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Just put them on the eShop, original games. Put them in the Nintendo store, and say, here, guys, buy these games at full price. Because you're Nintendo, so it's not going to be discounted. It's going to be full price. You know it's going to be full price.
I'm trying to think of the term. It's not a reboot. It's not a remaster. I guess you just restore it or bring it.
Just restore it.
Just bring it back.
Put it on modern systems.
Yeah. That's all I ask. Do that. I don't care about graphics. I don't care about. Just make it available, because guess what?
I prefer the original Game Boy sounds anyway.
Yeah. A lot of these old games don't exist anymore because it's impossible to find. And if you try to find it, people are selling them for an arm and a leg or a fucking mortgage.
Funny enough, like I want to get Advance Wars 1 and Dual Strike at some point because those are the ones I don't own. And it's just like I don't even want to look at the prices right now.
Good luck finding them. Yeah, I originally had the Phoenix Wright trilogy, but I was missing one because I lost it somewhere when I was little and I wanted to get it back. So I'm looking around at stores and they're selling it for ridiculous prices. I look up on eBay, ridiculous, because apparently it's a collectible.
Wait, let me Advance Wars 1 eBay.
It's not a collectible, it's a game. Granted, some people put value in something as a collectible, but I'm just like, are you going to enjoy the game? Are you actually going to use it for its purposes, or is it just there that you can plaster on your wall and
actually
just be like, look, did you find it for cheap?
It's not that expensive on eBay Canada, at least. It's less than $20 here.
The Canadians find it for cheap.
Oh wow, this one has the
original box.
The original box and the manual for $21.
Whoa.
Not including shipping.
That's less than its original retail value.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
What?
Interesting. Quite.
Wait a minute. Huh. I found Advance Wars GBA. Oh wait. Complete except no manual. $1.35.
Excuse the fuck out of me? What?
I might need to buy this right now.
Oh my god.
Wait, it might just be the box.
Fuck.
Oh no, there's the game cartridge. The game cartridge is right there. Huh.
The fuck? Hey. Huh. I gotta look this up.
Interesting.
GBA. No, not that one.
That's funny.
Oh, no, wait, actually, no, that's the manual.
Yeah, I see it. It's not that expensive. That's interesting.
Advance Wars 2. Okay, Advance Wars Black Hole Rising, GBA 26. Oh, what the hell? Hey, what the fuck? Someone selling the box. Just no. Oh wait. Oh, complete except no manual for 99 cents.
That's what I see. For me, it's $1.35.
I might actually do that.
I mean, yeah, you can do it, Alchem, if you want.
Days of Ruin. I gotta see if they have Days of Ruin because my DS still works. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Has cosmetic damage. That's fine. If it works, it's fine. And manual. Oh. Okay. I might actually. I
mean, you should definitely get the 99-cent one. Definitely. I mean, the problem is that at least for me, this is. Where is this person?
Oh, the original?
View details.
$40 for that? Why the hell?
Because this is.
What is that?
Oh, okay. So for me, you know, this is hilarious. So it's $1. It's $1.35 for me, Alchem. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure this person lives in the U.S., so it's gonna be $20 because of shipping and everything like that. That's funny. It's like when did I ever tell you that my dad, our first video game console was a Dreamcast, but the original Dreamcast broke.
So many good things.
So my dad went online and found someone selling a Dreamcast to clear out stuff for literally a penny. Like 20 years ago.
I would love one because I would then get Power Stone 2 and then just have.
I have Power Stone 2. Still have it.
I only have Power Stone 1.
Power Stone 2 is one of the first video games I remember playing.
It was such a good.
Because I
loved it especially.
I think I've told you before. The first games I remember playing on the Dreamcast is Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Power Stone, and this game called Choo Choo Rocket.
Oh yeah, definitely one of the classic games for Dreamcast. No C-Man? You never played?
I never played Seaman. Honestly, I never played
Yeah,
Seaman.
it's fine. I was like,
I didn't know I didn't know that was a thing until like the internet.
Such a weird game. I saw others.
I had the
I
did have
talking to a fish.
I did have the bass fishing game though with the fishing pole accessory.
Oh,
we still have the fishing pole accessory. Actually, it's in a box somewhere. It's in a like a basket.
Nice. Never got that one myself. No, the one of the things I would love to always play. I wish I could play Power Stone 2 again because that was such a good. That was
I enjoyed that game.
What Brawl was. That was like that was what Smash was, but before Smash.
Before it, yeah.
I don't know. Technically, Smash existed at that time because it was.
Oh yeah, it was Dream. Oh no, Dreamcast came out first.
Yeah, you're right.
Because Dreamcast came out in '99, and it didn't it got discontinued in 2001.
Yeah, somewhere around there. All I know is that Power Stone
actually
Smash was, but except in the Power Stone style of fighting.
Smash release date. God, how do you spell release? Date. There we go. 1999 is Smash on the N64. And Power Stone.
Oh, I need to give you that.
Power Stone 2 on the Dreamcast was released in 2000. Okay, so it was actually 1 year after the original Smash. Yeah, interesting. Huh.
Okay. Huh. Now, any more interesting news you wanted to share?
No, that is going to be it for today. Why don't you do any final thoughts on anything before you do your shoutouts?
So talk about what happened recently over in
No shoutouts first.
Oh, okay. We should talk about something that happened recently that everyone is talking about.
No.
Okay. Well, anyways,
let's not go there right now.
Let's go with the shoutouts. Hi. Shout out to me, guys. Welcome to the podcast. We have reached the very end. Those of you who are listening in, those of you who are watching on YouTube and wondering who this handsome gentleman is over here on the right. Yeah, the right.
You're on the right. You're on the right. Yes, you're on the right. On my screen, you're on the right too. So yeah.
My name is Alchem. I am a Tanuki-based VTuber. I love playing a wide variety of different games. And as a Tanuki, I love to shapeshift into many different forms. So sometimes you will not see me looking like this. Sometimes I could look like a various amount of different assortment of creatures. But all in all, I'm just a guy having his fun, doing goofy events, or just enjoying whatever game I fancy. And feel free to stick around and enjoy. I like having interaction with my chat. I try to add more and more stuff for you guys to implement and use on stream, stuff to interact with my avatar, with me, to interfere with games, or just just in general, just be interactive with me, because that's kind of what I've been wanting to do, and I'm slowly adding more and more as I keep going. So I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. As usually on Sunday, me and Jelly talk about a variety of different things that interest us.
Yep.
And yeah, you can catch me on Twitch. Usually I'll be on Twitch. You can also catch me on YouTube, where I normally post my gameplays. I do live streams there too. I also am on TikTok, where I post some of the funnier clips. I am trying to do edited content more and more, but I'm trying to find the time first. And if you also can see me on Twitter, where I post model work that I do for my avatars, funny stuff that I like to repost. Maybe if I create funny clips or edits, I post them there as well. And also, if you want to support me, there's ways on Twitch. There's ways I have my own throne. I have a Patreon, and on YouTube, you can support there by simply watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Same thing with following. Same thing with Twitch here. But yeah, I am the co-host of the podcast, along with the Techno Jelly.
Yep. So I am the Techno Jelly. Welcome. You are on my current. If you are watching, you are currently on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe, comment, all those types of things down below. If you would like to support I also have I have the YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you'd like to follow me, all at the Techno Jelly. If you like to hear the before and or after scenes of this podcast, go over to my Patreon account at /the Techno Jelly, and you will hear the before scenes of me rambling to myself, which involves more talking, because before there was a lot of silence, unfortunately, because I wasn't really entirely sure what to do with the before scenes. But now I kind of just talk about the stories we're going to do, which stories made the cut, didn't make the cut, because I do see more than what we actually talk about. But you know, some things I find that I'm not sure, because I don't want me to bring up a whole topic and then for us Alchem to be like, I say something and Alchem's like, yeah, that's true, and then like that's it, because sometimes like that's kind of like what some topics are. The most biggest example right now is that pizza topic. The like, there wasn't much to that story. I just kind of found it funny. It was just funny. It was just weird and funny, but that one made the cut this week. Some didn't. So if you like to hear that, and if you want to hear the after scenes where Alchem and I have a much more interactive chat with the live chat, you can hear that on the Patreon, or go over to Alchem's Twitch channel and see it live. Thank you all. One more thing.
I was gonna say one more thing. One more thing. If you don't get that reference, you don't get that reference. If you don't know, you do. You also, just a little thing for both of us. You can always catch us, Jelly. You do stream it on Wednesday normally.
Yep, I do.
Normally. So
well, I'm no longer streaming our collabs. I'm recording it.
Oh, you're recording. Okay, then my apologies.
No,
but you can also catch. Well, I'll do live streams of it. Jelly will do recordings of it, where they'll post it day after or a week after.
I'm posting our collabs. The collab videos will be coming out Wednesdays. Okay, so we're doing the collab live, I'll be posting a video on the other collabs. Yeah.
So Wednesdays you will get to see collab streams with me, Jelly, and two other friends of ours, where we just collab together, play various amounts of games, and just have a fun time there. You can catch the live streams from me, or you can catch the playback from Jelly, and yeah, you can catch them either on the Jelly's YouTube or on my Twitch. I just wanted to
that makes sense. That makes sense.
People want to catch us.
So yeah, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Later, guys.